Hi, friends. I'm Sterling Hart, and this is Dreamlight, where we work on dream interpretation and using the insights in the waking life. It's pretty common to find people who mix together dream interpretation and tarot. Is this a good idea? What's going on? So today we will look at these two and see what they have in common. The tarot has two uses, as an aid to reflection and as a divination tool. It's a type of sortilege. There are three main aspects. The layout is the position the cards are laid out in. The card structure, each card's meaning and the relationship with the other cards, and finally, the image symbology. A fourth aspect might be a ritual, which some perform as they read the cards. This helps create an atmosphere for reading. There are many different layouts and variations. A simple 5-card spread might contain the following: the nature of the question being asked, the past as related to the question, the future as related to the question, what action is called for, and what will the results be. So if you had a question about an issue in your life, such as what should you do about work, or a specific problem, or about your relationship, regardless of the cards, you would be reflecting on the question, why are you asking this? What is the problem? Why is it important to you? What is the issue's history? Or is there a past event that brought you to this question? What has happened leading up to the asking of the question? Where do you see things going? What actions do you think are available, and which one should you take? What are the criteria for your decision? And what outcome do you want, or what outcome do you think is likely? This can be pretty helpful as it gets you out of the first thoughts that come into your head, often the habitual ones, and can lead you to seeing things in a new or more well-considered way. For instance, the same thing could be applied to getting ready to find a new relationship. What qualities in a person have you experienced in the past that you don't want to repeat? What qualities in the past do you want to find again? What qualities do you want that you have never experienced? What qualities have you never experienced and want to avoid? The central theme is to move beyond reacting to relationship history, which can be fraught with emotional struggles, dramatic memories, and inner dialogue. The questions allow you to step back and see things and organize yourself. Most people getting out of a bad relationship will see the future in terms of that relationship because of associations and emotional habits, or they will look for the opposite as a reaction to the previous relationship. The layout structure allows you to see it presented as a web of relations in time. There are 72 cards in a tarot, and they are organized into 24 major arcana and 48 minor arcana. The minor arcana use numerology, 1 through 10, in 4 suits or elements, or are symbolized by a tool representing those elements. The court cards represent a personality that grows or specializes. The elements are earth, representing material things like work and money, water, representing emotional life, fire represents activities, vision, and will, and air represents mental power, such as thinking and knowledge. You can also say the 5th element is spirit, and that is represented by the major arcana. The first 10 are numbered, and each number has significance. 1 is creation, 2 is the contrast, 3 is the creative synthesis, 4 is stability, 5 is challenge of nature, 6 is a system, 7 is a personality conflict, 8 is a secure structure, 9 is a spiritual challenge, and 10 is the culmination. These are often assigned classic meanings, a collected body of traditional wisdom dealing with archetypical situations in life, especially when used in divination. For instance, the 9 of water can be associated with pregnancy. The court cards represent personalities or roles based on nobility titles, page, knight, queen, and king, or sometimes daughter, son, mother, and father. The king of earth would be the role of someone who is grounded and able to direct or manifest material affairs, such as a company owner. The king of water would be someone who is in the role of psychologist or mentor in the case of relationships, family, or just working with personal issues. The major arcana is a journey of personal growth, starting with the Fool and passing through archetypical stages or challenges in life, such as change, death, justice, choices in love, and on to your relationship with the universe. People specialize in certain questions and are able to relate them to relationships, finances, and spirituality. There are many tarot decks with the same traditional structure and ones that go on with new designs. They have all sorts of themes and borrow from many different cultural traditions, and many have lovely artwork. I generally divide these into 3 kinds. One uses the tools, such as pentacles for the earth and cups for water, and usually has a picture of the tool. So the Three of Cups would have 3 cups and a figure involved in the activity. The symbols are not very deep or wide, so you are using the structure and traditional meanings of the card. The second ones have beautiful images, but don't contain much symbolism. The third type has many symbols per card, and often symbols that repeat across the cards of various suits and numbers, such as a door or the sun and moon. So here, the metaphysical difficulty comes up. On the one hand, there is the sense of the random selection of the cards. On the other, there is a sense of determinism of the cards by the universe. So it assumes a congruence, or that the cards aren't random but reflect your life. The thing that is missed in this squaring off between the two is that in both we are interpreting what the cards say and how they apply to the question. The other part is that we are working with the part of the mind that deals with images, patterns, and association, and it embraces emotions as part of the interpretation. This is where it intersects with dreams. In dreams, we are dealing with symbols and patterns. The interpretation of symbolism and relating it to our lives is the same. Whether you are interpreting the cards or the dreams yourself, or having someone help you with this, the self-knowledge and the subliminal consciousness, guidance, or intuitiveness is also a factor. So the skills that allow you to look at symbols and tease out the forces that shape our perspective in the waking life, and the self-knowledge of our sense of personal meaning are also at play in both dream work and the tarot. A common realization that people have is that something in your life is related only by association with something that happened before and colors our judgment. Another one is the realization that we are recreating a situation with the idea of righting some wrongs from the past. Still further, we might find the realization that we concluded something about a previous experience that was wrong. We learned the wrong lesson, and as a result, limited ourselves. This becomes easier to see when we are aware of this as a possibility. A tarot layout that sees things in terms of the past, present, and future, which sees things as part of a process, or that has different stages, can help us to see our issues with a better context. We tend not to be caught in the moment, but see it evolving over time, spiraling back. It allows us to step back. Working with dreams or incorporating a layout from the tarot can give us tools for insight. Every once in a while, you go into a store or a repair place and have a bad experience with an employee. I usually give people some room. They might be having a bad day or had a previous bad customer. But if this happens twice with different employees, then I start suspecting the management. I also ask, what am I supposed to learn? How well did I handle that situation according to my ideals? I do this because I tend to see a company as a system. There are managers and employees, and there needs to be a balance between good employees and good managers, and the two interact. As a customer, I enter into that system, and my goal as a customer is to generate good outcomes for myself, but hopefully also for the people that I interact with. So this is part of being able to have a perspective that includes a larger system or a layout. It's not just what's immediately in front of me. I realize that there's a bigger picture. Where are dreams and tarot different? The main thing to keep in mind is that dreams are a reflection or window into our psychological processes. For the most part, they are not answering questions or giving guidance. They are undirected from the waking mind's ego. They allow us to learn about how our mind works and to remove conditioning and psychological issues. They can show us how past events shape our current perspective, or how we deal with something, or even things that are going on that we are not fully conscious of in our waking thoughts. They can show us things we have not fully processed, and even where we are in the process of dealing with issues and experiences. Over time, the point of dream interpretation is to get insights into ourselves from dreams so that we can have these same insights while we are awake. We come to know how our mind works and see how things shape us. The tarot can do this too, especially by giving a larger map or a broader view. If you ask a question, you are likely to have different aspects come up, such as emotions, thoughts, activities, and intent. So just like dream work, we differentiate between thinking and feeling, between ideas and images about things. Potentially, key life questions or values will also come up, and our task will be to look at the question in light of these. This process gradually trains us over time to consider things in the emotional, mental, physical, and value sense. For instance, most of us have to face money issues of all sorts. We have an emotional relationship with money and past conditioning from our parents and our own life experiences. These can be entwined with personal relationships too. But when a money issue comes up, are we looking at how we feel about it, or the source of those feelings, or our ideas about our relationship with money, or do we go with the drama? Using tarot will often get us to be self-aware by incorporating the layout and the structure. We have an opportunity to change how we react psychologically to the issue that we are questioning. The problems that occur are also related. We can easily still avoid things and interpret both tarot and dreams according to our desires. This is true in life in general. It is worse when dreams are viewed as giving advice and treated as prophetic without examining them. Not all dreams are messages from God. Some dreams can contain guidance, and some have access to a deeper vision of our inner being via the subliminal consciousness, but they aren't necessarily so. You can even have incoherent dreams. Finding money in a dream doesn't necessarily mean you will receive a payout in the near future. Dreaming you meet a movie star most often doesn't come true. If you dream you are in prison, it isn't fate. Even when you overcome the literalness and see dreams as a symbol, you need to be good at working with the symbol, or you will interpret it in the way you want life to go and miss the personal associations, the deeper meaning. So this is a problem where you take the meaning side of a tarot and try to impose them on the dream symbols. And since they don't have a layout, and because there was no question asked, it's often just ripping those symbols out of their context. Of course, there is a practice where you can cultivate a dream experience or ask a question while falling asleep, but most dreams are not cultivated in this way. If there is a subliminal answer, it will probably be unique to the dreamer. With the tarot, in some sense, it's designed as a divination tool, but I would not use a prophetic dream dictionary. Rather, if a dream dictionary is used, it's a starting place for deeper inquiry. Everyone would like the dreams to show them the future all of the time, and people can probably come up with all sorts of futures they would like their dreams to show them. The work of interpreting dreams decreases over time with self-knowledge. Subliminal dreams will become more common and distinctive by working through psychological issues and conditioning, attachments and desires, old unprocessed experiences, and habitual patterns. This will allow us to live in real time. It clears the window and allows us to see into the subliminal. Working with tarot is the same. The cards can indicate where to look and what to deal with. But that comes from us reacting. They can reflect what you are doing and the undercurrents in your life. It's the seeking of a particular answer that is the pitfall, rather than allowing yourself to see the answer or to do the work to find the answer within yourself. They both can help with getting out of your own way and allowing your mind to expand and be more flexible so that you can see things clearly and appreciate things more deeply. In terms of dreams, they're already a reflection of your mind. In terms of tarot, you can guide what issues you want to look at. If you got something out of this video, please hit the like. If you want more dreams, subscribe or support the channel on Patreon with the link below. Till next time.